All right, guys, for the record, Jerry L. Cochran, 17610 Alva.
The Wilson Piggott Bridge was constructed in 1960 with a 50-year service life. Major rehabilitations were completed for the bridge since it was built. The bridge has a low sufficiency rating, which is a rating of a bridge's fitness to remain in service. The bridge also experiences frequent mechanical malfunctions, leaving the bascule span in the up position, which disrupts traffic flow and circulation in the area. The bridge also has substandard design elements. Among other things, the bridge has narrow travel lanes and shoulders and does not adequately accommodate non-vehicular travelers, such as pedestrians and bicyclists. The bridge does not meet current U.S. Coast Guard standards for horizontal clearance. Movable bridges present maintenance costs.
This is just a little demonstration of how the government works and maybe why some people in Alva don't really trust how they do operations. What I have here is a taking for the right-of-way on Bayshore Road, the second access. When you come out North River Road, head south, you only have two choices. Both are two-lane roads. The two-lane road goes into the bridge that we just talked about. That's insufficient. It was built in 1960 with a 50-year lifespan. It's well over. It's a terrible bridge for massive development. Then you have the two-lane Bayshore going to I-75. So my family owned a store, I think it was 9521 Bayshore Road. They said they're going to take the property, gas pumps. They took all the property up into the eve of the property there. It's a Western store now across from Lawhon's gas station, Marathon. And they said we're putting a 4-lane road in from I-75 to State Road 31. And that's why they're taking that property. We built the store as a Circle K, Shop and Go. Circle K bought out Shop and Go. It was a property that we had as a rental for many, many years. They took that away from us, the Florida Department of Transportation. I want you to look at the date on there. Can you read that date? It says November 5, 1993. That's when they took the property for the 4-laning of Bayshore between I-75 and State Road 31. So they don't move real fast. So we're basically, we have two ways to get out. And now we got this, Michigan or Missouri right turn or whatever it is. Go down. We're going to have all the traffic go down and do a U-turn and come back around so we can head south. Great plan, great plan. So what we're going to do, in 1993, we're going to 4-lane the road. So this week I talked to Florida Department of Transportation and Mr. Bateman, Patrick. Here's some of the stuff that we spoke about. We had a conversation. State Road 31, from State Road 80 to State Road 78, which is Bayshore, is currently going through environmental review. Now, somebody over here in transportation, I'm certain, made an accidental claim that that was already funded. I'm certain they made a mistake. So whoever that was. So I just want to correct the record for that, because unless somebody's talked to Mr. Bateman over the last 72 hours since I've spoken to him, it's not funded. It's not funded at all. Matter of fact, the department is still studying the impacts of the improvements. The department is not committed to implementing improvements. State Road 78 from I-75 to State Road 31 is continuing to go through updates after the workshop. The public hearing is anticipated to be held in early 2025. So the design, right-of-way, and construction are not funded at this time. I just want to make that clear and correct the record, because you may take for what they say to be actual factual, and I'm sure it's probably an accident on their part once again. It's not funded. from 75 to State Road 31, according to Florida Department of Transportation, project manager, it's not funded. What that means, in fiscal year 2029, which is about 5 years from now, they think it'll be in the budget. No certainties, no certain build here at all. I was very surprised to see this. The no build, he said, because we're required to keep a do-nothing alternative until the end of the environmental study. So, I know you guys don't care about traffic. It doesn't seem when the commissioners say they can't say anything about no to traffic. So we've been working on this 4-lane road here since 1993. It's still not there. So what we talked about then was from State Road 80 to Bayshore Road. Let me see a correspondence here. Let me jump up here. Any solid update on the bridge? The bridge replacement is part of the State Road 31 from Highway 80 to Bayshore Road, the 78 project. So the plan is for construction to start in fiscal year 2029. I want to correct that because that was wrong on the information that you have. That you can look at the previous record. I believe it was the transportation gentleman. He said that was funded. So I don't care if you put 12 lanes of highway down State Road 31. You have a 2-lane bridge, and you have 2 lanes all the way to Highway 80, and you have 2 lanes all the way to I-75. So there's no possible way on the face of this earth that this project on either side, either access, either southbound lanes, if you go west on Bayshore, south on State Road 31 to Highway 80, nothing's happening, guys. All this talk about the roads coming in, the roads coming in, the road's not coming in anytime soon. No time soon. We got this new project here that Babcock, I guess, is taking and participating in up until Bayshore Road from Cypress. What's the road, Cypress, up there? The main entrance to Babcock, down to the Civic Center, I believe. Bayshore Road. Yeah, that may be 4-lane, 6-lane, 8-lane, 10-lane, 12-lane. I mean, who cares? Look what happens at the Fort Myers Beach. They have the stop and go. They have 4 or 5 different lanes, but it still goes across a little bridge. This bridge is a catastrophic bridge for hurricane evacuation. We're going to get jammed going to a 2-lane road on I-75. We're going to get jammed going to Highway 80. We had a wreck last week. Both sides of the river were locked down for an hour. Everybody in here knows. So I think common sense ought to be a category we should probably add to the development code. Because traffic, they say, we can't use. They say, well, we don't care about traffic. We can't say no to traffic. I mean, well, come on. Let's be reasonable. We're happy for development in Alva. Like Grant said, who's the president of our community. We want development. Just about everybody in this room. I mean, we want development. But if you're going to sit here and tell us that a 30-foot lot goes with a 5-acre parcel, and that's compatible, it makes us wonder. Anyways, I got to the bridge point here. I'm sorry I skip around, but when will the bridge be completed? I just threw out a year. 2035, I said. Should be before 2035. Awesome. So within 11 years, we're pretty certain we're going to have a new bridge. I doubt it because here again, I have the track record back here of what they do. See, in 1993, they told me the same thing. They're going to 4-lane the road. That's why they're going to do a taking. So I've been out of rental business. My family's been out of rental business for 31 years on that property. They paid us a little money that they said they were going to give, and that's it. So 31 years ago, they're going to 4-lane that road. Put in 75, we're going to have 75 go right through 31. So 31 years on that little project. So when they say 2035, the bridge will be done, yeah, I doubt it. But even so, if it was done 2030, it still wouldn't matter. This is a massive development. We have right now on the north side of the river, Grant, what, 1,500 people?
Yes.
1,500 people we have on a 10, 12 mile stretch. 1,500 people. I mean, pretty good math. 1,500 homes, both of his developments. 3 or 4 people, that's about 5,000, 6,000, correct? So you're going to take the old country, you're going to take old Florida, one of the last settlements. I believe it was the first settlement in Lee County. And I think the lady is right. The vice president said that 2-lane road will always be a 2-lane road. I assume it's probably a historic 2-lane road. So you yourself can make a recommendation for 1,500 people that it's a great idea to put 6,000 people there. When we have a bridge that may be done by 2035. We have a 4-lane road to Bayshore, may be done by 2030. We have the other project from Highway 80 to 31 to Bayshore. 2029 is the fiscal year for funding. Not funded. And they still have do nothing on their chart. And I question that because everybody says, oh, it's going to be done, going to be done, going to be done. No, ma'am. The environmental study is not even done for the taking on 31 south of the bridge. So we already know all 5 commissioners are going to say yes. You're the one that can make a decision for the entire 33920. I hate to put this on you, but it's on you. This is your decision to make a common sense, good decision for the community and the citizens of Lee County, including Alva, North Alga. Sorry. It's personal to us. It's personal. It's our Sand Cap Road. It's our Ding Darling. What Captiva and Sanibel have. We want our old Florida. This man came up here and bought a 5-acre parcel. They said he had to have 5 acres to build a house. Right next door. And you're going to say it's okay to put a 30 and 40 foot lot. What's Cape Coral have? 80 feet? Why can't we have 80 feet? We're out in the middle of nowhere. And they want to put 30 and 40 foot lot sizes. What's Lehigh? 100 feet? Quarter-acre lot. Why are we so unreasonable? The citizens of Alva, why are we so unreasonable that we want a normal sized home site? We think children ought to have a backyard. We think children ought to have a front porch and a back porch. We think the best place for an animal is having a place to run outside. Everybody hates storage units. Well, the reason there's storage units around, and I've sold storage unit sites. I'm guilty. It's a product of lot size. We have thousands upon thousands of acres in Southwest Florida. We don't need to stack people up around here like Miami. The whole trajectory of the development in Lee County needs to change. And we've yelled and screamed and nobody listens because they have one thing in mind: help an out-of-town developer. I feel like the Lee County staff is working for the developer instead of the citizens. I mean, we want representation. We want common sense factored in as part of the Lee plan. Any way we can do that, let's put common sense in the Lee plan. I think we ought to put it 101. Here's another correspondence. State Road 78 project is not funded for construction. I even put a red line there. The environmental study is underway and we are hoping to go to a public hearing on it in the winter. The State Road 31 Babcock project is supposed to be ending first day of 27, I guess. This is a property right next to it. Close proximity. This is actually a fence post. 18990 Serenoa Court. That's on a 5-acre parcel right next door. Mr. Edwards came up here, he's on a 5-acre parcel, right next door. I want you to look at something. This is an aerial. That's North River Road, that's Serenoa Court. This is a Zillow, which I don't agree with Zillow, everything they say or do, but I'm going to go with Zillow on this. A couple years ago, this house is worth $1 million. And my guess is, in my opinion, counselor, is that all the talk and all this around this development has shot the value of this property down $300,000. Now, I don't make this stuff up. I just got it off the internet. I mean, anybody can just Google it and see it. This is a home right next door to the development. I mean, the house did not get flooded. So you tell me, why did the house drop $300,000? Full disclosure, I am in the business. Affordable housing. I know how this works. My opinion is I know how this works. Affordable housing is something developers do to try to get the attention of the commissioners and the government to say, oh, we need affordable housing. Well, let me tell you something about the people I know that want to buy an affordable house. They don't want to be told where they live. They want to live where they want to live. They want to live with maybe Lehigh or Cape Coral. They may want to live in Fort Myers. They don't want to be told they have to live in a row of houses that all look the same color roof. Some of these houses up here don't even have a front door. I've never seen anything like that in my life. I've never sold a house without a front door. This is off the Neil brochure. This is what you want to change it into right here. 10 feet apart. Ma'am, the code for an HVAC system is 1 foot from the building. Talked to a licensed contractor yesterday. You have a concrete wall, you have 1 foot, put your air conditioner. Air conditioners are 3 feet. If you're not careful when you walk your dog outside, I hope, if you have a dog, you got to be real careful because you may encroach on the property next door to you. 1 foot, 3 foot, 5 foot between property. Their plan on their paperwork, I'm getting it off of their paperwork, and it says 10 feet, house to house. Why on God's green earth would we want to build houses out in the middle of nowhere that are 10 feet apart? Please, please, please. Again, let's factor in common sense into the Lee plan. I think the brilliant minds of the Lee County government could really put that into play. Let's be different. Let's don't be like Hialeah, Miami-Dade County. Maybe some people want to live in those houses in town, closer to public transportation, and people can live wherever they want to live. But my point is, there's over 4,000 homes available right now under $350,000. I would consider at this day and age probably affordable housing. This is a house on the Neal Community's website I found yesterday. This is a house listed here at $367,554. Now, if you want a front door, I'm sorry, it's going to cost you a little more. I apologize for my friends and family. This is over what I just found 4,000 homes under $350,000 in Southwest Florida. That's my opinion, even though I did look at it yesterday on the MLS, but that is my opinion of how many is in Southwest Florida. So this house, it's got a little cupola, fake cupola on the top of the garage, but I don't know where the front door is. You know where the front door is? Where's the front door of this house? No, there is no front door in the front. Do you have to go through the garage?
Madam Hearing Member, I'm going to ask
You could please
Mr.
just-
Cochran
Yes.
focus his attention on you and not Mr. Neal.
This is what we want in Alva. This is a beautiful home, beautiful front yard for kids, grandkids, Thanksgiving. You know, you can have people over here. And you know, we don't need a storage unit here because we have enough room. We don't have to supply these storage units, you know, by the thousands. Because a storage unit is a product of lot size. Been in the business, lived here, 4th generation, Southwest Florida. This is a beautiful home, galvalume roof. It's got a front porch, back porch, got a garage, got a little place for the outbuilding. Any progress here at all? Let's go back again. This is what they want to build. This is what we want. No place in Alva. I want to thank Buckingham Preserve people. I want to thank North Fort Myers people because we're all on the same page. East of 75, ma'am, we've all lived out here for a long, long time. Some people love HOAs. I personally have a little issue with them. But if you want to live in an HOA with sewer and water, which the county commissioners can raise like they did last year, 45% over the next 4 years, it's a government takeover of a small town, is what it is. And the government comes in, they tell you that you need sewer and water. Got to have sewer and water because septic tanks are bad. But your office, your company, your business permits septic tanks every single day. So when they come up here and say septic tanks are bad, you know, don't believe them. Otherwise, you guys would never permit a septic tank unless it was really a good idea. So the argument with a septic tank, sewer, and water is just doesn't hold water. Where do you think the water comes from? It doesn't come from a big steel tank downtown Fort Myers. They dig wells. The water comes from the ground, goes up in the tank, and then it goes out to all the people. And then if somebody breaks one, then it puts out 10,000 people at one time. In Alva, if our water system breaks, it takes out one family. We're self-sufficient. We take care of ourselves. We have the best water, the RO system, the best water you can find. This is that same house in Alva. Beautiful. Beautiful house. I did not sell it. It has nothing to do with me. It's just a random house I found in Alva, probably a mile down the street. So talking about sewer and water. And this is where common sense, you know, I don't know, maybe it's just me. But city water and sewer, they take raw sewage. They take the raw sewage, they fill it with chemicals. It's not good enough to drink, but every city water and sewer plant around our area puts the raw sewage, after they put the chemicals in it, right back into the Caloosahatchee River. Please somebody explain to me why that's a great idea. Just read it. A portion of the activated sludge, which is raw sewage. They make pretty names for it. Sludge, I guess, is better than sewage. Collected in the clarifiers is removed from the process for final disposal. On the very end, they bring fertilizer through a cooperative agreement with Lee County. So I didn't know this. You know, we do a lot of studies and, you know, we find new things. It's very interesting. So Lee County developed something called Organic Lee. They even paid the money to trademark it. So what it is, it's human sewage that they put chemicals in it. And then you can buy it down there at the county, or maybe they give it to you, I don't know. It's called Organic Lee. And it's human waste. And they call it compost. You can put it on your lawn 365 days a year without restrictions. Those are just the facts. So you can get human waste. Here's what it's called, organically compost. I don't know about you, but I don't want human waste in my yard. I don't want the fertilizer, and I don't want the effluent, which is raw sewage with chemicals put back in the Caloosahatchee River. I don't know why we talk about all the algae blooms and all these problems with the water in the Caloosahatchee River, but yet we give people fertilizer that has human waste that runoff goes into the river. Again, I think we ought to put common sense 101 back into the lead plan. I think some of the water keepers, water watchers, whatever they want to be, the scientists, I think they need to look at human waste fertilizer runoff into the Caloosahatchee River. I'd start right there. I'd also start with all the raw sewage that you put chemicals in downtown at the Lee County or city plants. Right in the Billy Creek area, they just pour all the raw sewage that's been put in chemicals, and they say it's clean water. Maybe it is, but just really, I struggle with that when people really talk about how horrible septic tanks are. And these city sewer and water plants are just, magic, according to these people. So he can build 750 homes with city water and sewer if he wants to. There's no law that says he can't. You don't have to give him a bonus density just because they get water and sewer out here. The LPA turned it down. The 5 commissioners overruled the LPA. So why do we have an LPA? They're going to say 5-0 anyways. So here's some more information on the organic lee that's made by mixing the sludge. Maybe this is not interesting to anybody, but it just caught my eye. I'd like to close with this and let you know that I appreciate your respect. Thank you very much. You've done a great job today. But there's some reasons why we don't trust Lee County government. And I think we've produced a few of those today. In Alva, we have a little issue here in downtown. And I'll leave you with this. We had a 15 miles per hour speed limit going in the last corner, downtown Alva. But the government thought it was a great idea to bring out a warning, school children playing ahead. So they probably spent about $5,000. Brought this nice sign out there, I think it's aluminum, beautiful light, flashes. I guess my point is, we were only going 15 miles an hour. So the government paid about $5 grand to put a sign up there. So when we see school children playing, we can speed up 5 miles an hour. I can't make this up, people. I can't. Appreciate it.